What is up everyone, it's Zigzag here. Welcome back to another Geoguessr video, and I have some very exciting news for you guys today. So Geoguessr just announced a $50,000 tournament in Stockholm on the 13th and 14th of October this year. It's going to be a LAN Jules tournament, and extremely excitingly and humblingly, I was announced to be one of the first 6 players invited to the tournament. So yeah, all things being equal, and this is so exciting to say, I should be meeting everyone over in Sweden at the end of this year. Now, I am actually having some troubles getting time off work at the moment. It's a really busy time for like holidays in my team. Look guys, I don't know what's going to happen there, but I can assure you I'm going to be doing everything to get to this tournament. So yeah, there's a really cool whole cinematic intro to the tournament here. I'll have it linked in the description because I feel like it's one of those things that's better to watch for yourself, so go check that out. And then I'll just very quickly run through what's actually going to be happening here. So yeah, first things first, it's a 1 vs 1 tournament, which is actually kind of interesting because most of the Rainbow tournaments were team tournaments. And as it says right here, there's going to be 24 players. I mean, that definitely is a real limited number. They also mentioned that they want to get a real diverse, group of nations in the tournament, but also that there can be repeats. So we could have another player for Australia, for example. So here are the other competitors who were announced. Look, we've got these custom avatars. This is what I was talking about with me getting an avatar. Actually, I just happen to be wearing a red jumper right now, which is kind of funny, but the hair's definitely not quite right here, and definitely the skin tone is wrong. I mean, you can definitely see that. But for context, I have 100% digital vibrance on my monitor. I play with that since I used to play CSGO tons, so that's the reason I kind of misjudged how I should look there, but I'll change that. Okay, so now I'll give a few quick thoughts about the other people announced. It's worth noting as well that the people who are allowed to compete in this have to be 18 plus. There's a whole bunch of pros who that actually excludes. Most notably, of course, the best no-moving player in the world, Steak, is actually below 18 years old. So obviously this is incredibly disappointing for him. It actually does suck. I hope there was a good reason that that had to be the case, because obviously, I guess there'll always be that question. Will the person who won this tournament have lost to Steak in the final? I mean, hey, at least one thing I can say for sure is that I don't have to play Steak, and that is a good thing for my chances of winning. Okay, but if we're talking best players in the world, then you have to talk about Blinky quickly, who is definitely considered the best moving player in the world. 17k games played, 7k on streak. The guy's a menace when it comes to moving games. And what's particularly scary is that he's really great on no move as well. So he's definitely the quintessential all-round player. But that actually brings up a great question, because we don't actually know what the format is yet. We know it's Jules, we don't know what map, and we don't know whether it's going to be moving or no moving. Now, I would assume that it's going to be a combination. Of course, I would like it to be no moving because I suck at moving and because I find no moving more fun. But of course, if we look at the current lineup, well, as far as I know, everyone apart from me is a competent moving player. I mean, at least what we can say is that it's a Jules tournament, so I won't have to try and get 25,000 points or anything, which would just do my head in. Anyway, then we have Jake Lyons as our next competitor. Obviously, Jake is quite the legend. Former #1 in the world, maybe he still is, I'm not sure, at Geoguessr Jules. And just the guy has a killer memory, so it's going to be really cool to see him competing on the top stage. I mean, definitely you couldn't favor Jake over Blinky, but I mean, in saying that, you know, everyone is not going to be favored against Blinky in any moving game, so yeah. Then we have my good friend Kodiak, and Kodiak is another formidable player, kind of similar skill set to Jake and to Blinky. Kodiak, of course, is an expert on Indonesia, so being great on a huge country like that in Jules is definitely a huge advantage. Then we have Macam, who I've always thought is just a really good and complete player. To be honest, I'm not really sure what Makam's level is like when it comes to moving games, but definitely in the Rainbow tournaments, I always thought he's pulling nice guesses. Definitely going to be a scary one to play against. And finally, the legend himself, Mate Potato, who actually has exactly 15,000 games played. There you go. Definitely just a really solid player. To be honest, these 5 players, it's interesting because I'd say with the exception of Blinky, it's all a fairly similar level, yet the skill set and the playstyle of these players is all quite different to mine. So I feel like there's actually a number of formats in which I would be the best player here, or at least close to. But of course, once the other 8 players are announced, and then the other 8 players who are going to be qualifying are in here, then we'll see exactly what's up. So it's all kind of interesting, right? Anyway, guys, if you think you are good enough to be playing in this World Cup, maybe there are some of you who are watching who are. There are going to be qualifications. I'm not exactly sure what the deal with that is yet. They say to stay tuned on the social medias and whatnot. And yeah, guys, just wanted to keep you guys informed about this. Pretty sick. I mean, it's actually kind of crazy. I'm really considering, like, with YouTube and full-time work and other responsibilities, what kind of effort I should be putting into this. I got some thinking to do, but of course it's still like 4.5 months away, so I'll keep you guys informed about what's going on. But guys, thank you very much for watching the video all the way to the end. Very exciting times, and yeah, I'll be getting some content out of this. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Goodbye.